Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good evening and welcome to Car Wax. I'm Michael, your Bougie Black Brother, and I'm here with my co-host, Sean. What's up, brother?
Water, son.
So, what's the business, man? How was your weekend?
Oh man, it was actually pretty smooth, pretty laid back. I'm actually preparing for something really big, and I think last weekend was my last chill weekend. So these next, for the rest of this year, it's gonna be pretty tied up, pretty busy, man.
Some really grinding shit, huh?
Yeah, man, got something about my sleeve.
There you go. That's what's up. That's the one thing. It's the next thing. So. But this week, we just got back from the cruise, so you know that. So we kind of relaxing, kind of recover, and get back into the swing of things. And we wanted to get to a little different, a little neo soul, a little harmonizing rap with the new release by the internet, Hive and Buddy. What do you call that? Crazy
Harlan. I think it's Harlan and
Alondra or something like that.
Harlan and Alondra.
Yeah. So, I kind of wanted to put those together because they had some good sound, but it was a little different. So it was perspective time, and I like when we speak about perspective on two different levels with two different types of sounds, and that really usually incites a lot of good conversations. Sure. So what you want to start with, partner?
Actually, I want to start with the internet and Hive Mind.
Cool. So go ahead.
So for me personally, I put you. Well, I wanted you to listen to it because I heard the first one, and not the first one. I heard their last album. And their last album was called The Ego Death. And I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it on the surface. I would say it like that.
Really?
I enjoyed it on the surface. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay, they got a good sound, They got their lead singer is a female, and then from there, I was like, okay, who is this lead female? Why is she the lead? So I ended up coming up and finding her solo album. She had dropped a solo album right after that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I realized that she's a lesbian.
So you didn't catch that from the lyrics, dude?
I didn't catch it off of Ego Death.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I did catch it on her solo album. So when this album came out, it was like...
It was right there, right?
well, no. It was like, okay, it's back to the internet. It shouldn't be... The lyrics shouldn't be too on the other side. You know what I'm saying? As long as she's up under the internet, she's going to have the internet sound. Boy, was I wrong. But before I get into it, I want to say this early. I gotta show super respect to her because she put it out there. You remember when we was talking crazy about how Tyler, the Creator, would say some old slick gay shit, and you don't really know if he's gay or not, and if he is,
kissing white boys.
Yeah. So she put it out there. She let you know, look, this is my lyrics, and you had to respect that. So for me, I'm listening to it, and I'm listening to probably the first 5 songs, and I'm like, okay, this is nice. This is smooth. They bringing back the little old sound. It's the old dance sound from the
roller skating joint,
the 70s, I would say.
Yeah.
And it was sounding good. Then it got into this. It probably got into like 6 straight songs of like Sid going in with her shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. It was like, okay, I'm getting a little uncomfortable listening to this now. You know,
Right,
I was,
right.
and then I was actually trying to like, okay, let me just pretend like it's a girl sound, but it's really a guy talking to
Just
a
going
girl.
through
Let
it,
me try
right,
to
right.
imagine this. You know what I'm saying?
This
So
is
I
guy
can
with a girl voice, right?
right, right. And it was just like, it's not working. This is not working. Yeah, it's like, man. So
Oh man.
that caught me off guard. But outside of that, with the, just talking about it as a piece of art,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I thought it was very good. It didn't stay afloat. It didn't keep that same tempo. It didn't keep the same energy all the way through the album.
No, it didn't. It had a lull in certain areas. So yeah.
Right. And that was the point. It wasn't even the lyrics. It was the point that, man, it just dropped on me. I was expecting to have a couple more dance songs in the middle. It didn't happen to the end.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had maybe 2 more songs, maybe 3 more songs at the end. I was like, okay, we're going to give you back the little dance sound before we leave. And that was the part for me that was kind of like, yeah, okay, it was straight.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. So, again, I did enjoy Ego Death. Not all of it. You know what I mean? Not all of it. I like Feel Good. They had Feel Good, which was the one I think in 2013.
Right.
That one had a couple of other good kind of it was some good songs on there. So, then I went back and forth, and after I was just going back over the, this new one, the Hive Mind, I went back and then I was like, okay, you're right. This was some hardcore, lesbian stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said this, because remember, we talk about this all the time. You're a lyricist. So
Yes.
you really listen to the lyrics. And sometimes I can deal with mediocre lyrics, but a lot of times if you're really trying to bring something across, you dig into that.
Yes.
Me, I'm the production guy, and I love the fucking sound. The sound, and I like the way they had the up-tempo, but I love the laid-back stuff more. So where you wanted to hit more, I didn't care about the up-tempo stuff. I really wanted the laid-back stuff, and I liked it. And,
Okay.
And remember, you said, I kind of imagine a guy. I already did it. So it didn't bother me anymore, because I love the flow, and she has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
And it just rolls with the guys. As they play shit, she compliments that shit all the way through. And I love the way, that seems to be a lot more what people are doing. They're breaking it up. They start with one thing, and then they pick it up with another whole beat behind it. You know what I mean?
Later on in the song.
And I was cool with that, because this is 13 tracks, but they actually had about 3 to 4
extra ones on the back end.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that. Again, once you started off, Come Together was good. Okay, that's the internet shit. And then The Roll, that was the roller skating shit.
Yeah, yep.
That was so cool, because I didn't expect that. That was something that was not expected. So I really took that, and I was like, damn, they went back and they just rolled with it. And he was like, yep. And then the Come Over came in, and then I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. Then I was like, she talking to a girl again. God damn. Then I was like, but I like it. If it was a dude, that would have been so smooth. But it was cool. But that's the one that they played initially, the Come Over. But the one that I heard a lot in Florida was the La-Di-Da. La-Di-Da, La-Di-Da.
Yeah, that La-Di-Da is nice.
And they played that a lot. And that was the one that I kind of enjoyed. And I was like, oh, that fucking is so cool and everything. And I started saying, go in, enjoy the music, enjoy the rhythm, enjoy all of that. And I started enjoying the project. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to lie to you. When the first 2 times, I was listening and I was like, yeah, okay. Stay the night. Well.
Right.
Yeah. I was kind of like, all right. But I got and said, you know what, this is, which is funny. That's the life that's society now.
Right.
That's society.
And I had to, accept that part of the album for what it was. It was still like,
yeah, I know.
Let me just get through it. Let me just get through it. Right. That's kind of how it was, man. And she can sing. Sid can sing, man. Yeah. She has a great voice, like you said. I really enjoy her voice. But if she can keep it like unisex,
what?
You know what I'm saying?
So, but is that fair though? Is that fair to say, hey, look?
No, it's not. Yeah. It's not fair at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not fair at all, but her album was still good.
Right.
The album. I can't say her album. The album was still good, and they were still able to get singles off of it. And she was still able to put her point of view on there while still getting a single off.
Yeah, and and to your point too, let's go back to your other point. She's unashamed. Where everybody, we got these low-key motherfuckers that come through that says, yeah, right. But she was like, no, but I'm going to write stuff that anyone could write. I just writing this toward another female. That's all. That's all. So don't try to make me make a change to accommodate you. This is what I write. And the band was like, look, your voice is amazing. I'm going to give you the music to complement what you're doing.
Yeah. And they all hands in on her, man. And I look at that, and that's why I gotta give her the respect, because it's like she got a squad around her, man, and all of them just do the instruments, and they're like, just sing.
Yep.
Just sing. They got another vocalist on there, but he's not the main guy. No. He's not the main person.
He compliments. He jumps in and out of there.
You're right. So again, man, that as I'm getting older, I get it. I get it, and thank God for production.
Yeah. So I agree. And that's what I told you on my note. On my note, the production was so good that I said I really like this album. But if the production wasn't good, I think I would have leaned toward what she was singing about and be like, man, I ain't listening to this shit no more.
Right.
Then it would have turned me off. But in this case, she has a beautiful voice. Her lyrics is relevant to her. And I still look at the things like I have family that's gay. So if my family loves this and I'm kind of telling them, I'm uncomfortable with that shit. So you telling me you're uncomfortable with me? No, I'm good with you. It's just so this is my life, but yet you saying you're uncomfortable with that. So part of all of that is, how do I live? So am I uncomfortable in reality, or am I uncomfortable because she just can't fucking sing and what she's saying isn't relevant? No, it was relevant to her, and it rode beautifully.
It's true to self. She's being true to self, man.
And you gotta respect that.
And for that, you gotta be like, hey, I might not agree with your view, but the fact that you putting it out there, but again, as far as the marketing side, bro, I don't know. I guess the production is so good that it kind of doesn't. They can play it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter, but they can play it off. That's why Lottie Da's on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that one is clean. It's like, okay, we're not really talking about anything.
We just coming to dance. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. So when you come and check this album out, you're going to be like, oh, by the way.
So when you buy the album, you was like, oh, I love that song. I love it. And then you'd be like, what? And then it becomes something else. But anywho, so what you rank it then?
Honestly,
yeah,
I'm rating this like a 7.6.
Okay. No, that's respectful. See, to me, that's respectful because you won't necessarily continue to listen to it, but you would still say, no, it was a pretty good album, though.
Right, right. I'm not gonna take it away and tell people no, don't listen to it.
Right.
You know, I won't do that because, like you said, dog, this production was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she sounds great on it too. So it's not like just because this isn't my type of sound, or just because this isn't my type of content, doesn't mean it's not a good album.
Yep.
This is good,
Yep.
you know.
Exactly.
And yeah, man, you could put this on at a park, put it on at a picnic, put it on at a barbecue.
Yeah, and unless somebody's sitting there trying to listen word for word,
right?
They're gonna go right through that. They'll be like, "Man, that's such a who was that? Oh, that's the internet. Whoa, that's the internet." They be like, "All right, calm down." So before I give you my rating, how would you compare this album to the last two?
Oh man, extreme.
Okay.
I think this one is definitely a lot more out there. I think they were trying to not necessarily experiment, but they were a lot more comfortable in their skin.
Right.
And they were just like, all right, we got the buzz that we wanted. Let's give them what we want to give them now.
Right.
Since we got them in, we bagged them in. Now here, this is what it is.
And we are who we are.
Yep, and we are cool with it. You know, so I felt like that was the extreme part, because when you're doing J. Cole is in the extreme right now. You know, because he's not conforming, you know, and he's bringing creative content to the table. So, you know, you have to be able to be comfortable in your skin and think outside the box for that. And I think the internet did that. They accomplished that.
Absolutely. So I'm ranking it at an 8. And really wasn't going to go no higher than that. I thought you was going to be way on the low 7 scale, if 7. But mine is an 8 because I enjoy it and I play it, and it's that sound that I like. And and I think compared to the other two albums, I think this is a better album than the other two. I think they matured. I think they came together. I think, to your point, once they know they had everybody, what they started doing is saying, look, this is what we're going to put out. We're going to put this out. People already like us. They know our name. They know what we're about. So now let's roll with this. And I think this was a very quality album. They put out a quality release. It's nice that's out there, but I think it's the better of the other two albums.
Yeah, I still thought it just dragged in the middle a little bit, man.
Because
if they would have mixed it up a little bit, if they would have, you know, not put them all in behind each other, I think it would have probably felt a little smoother as a body of work.
So I think you're still leaning on what we've been hearing, which is a lot of good arrangements. We've been hearing a lot of people arrange their albums very well. You know what I mean? They started in one way and they kind of ended, or in between they went to there and then finished on that way. Their arrangements was just fantastic. And I think your expectation is there now.
Yeah. I mean, but that's good though. I think that's good that we found that. And we were like, you know what? This is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So now that we found a part of the puzzle, it's like, oh no, they're missing that part of the puzzle.
Right. Respect that. Yep. No, I agree. And that's why I kind of mentioned it, because I heard you mention it earlier and I was like, he's going with the arrangement. Yep. I know it. I said, but I was okay with it because I haven't heard the internet in such a long time. And I've been listening to different kind of music. And then when I heard this, it was kind of like, oh, let me bring it in.
Okay.
Now, you are right, though, because they peppered in the up-tempo here and there. And it threw it off, because then it lulled in the middle. Except for kind of saying, you can lull me right here, and then let's up-tempo. Okay, gotcha. I see what they did. You don't see what they did. They just put a whole bunch of songs on there.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. It was like, okay, we're gonna put all of these on here.
Yep.
And that's it. And all right, we'll just put all these together since this is when we recorded them, and we don't want everybody to skip. Whatever. Nah. So, yeah, I think I don't know. I think my opinion. I just think it could have had more of a structure.
Yeah,
better structure.
I agree. No, I agree with that. Again, I like it so much, and I always rank things a little higher when I play it more. When I was going down to Florida, I was playing it on my own. And then when we stopped and we was here and there, I was like, God damn, they played what I just played when I was on my way down here. I was like, ain't this some shit? I was just playing this. And then I heard it again, and I was like, oh, so something must be hot around here. Okay, I got you. I'm in Starbucks, and that's what they playing and shit. So,
great.
I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
Yep. I was like, damn, okay, I'm good. But, yeah, so really, I think a really good release. I really enjoyed it. And, it's out there. If you didn't know before, you know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Even lesbians have a good time going to the club, regardless. So, and that's where we roll into the Oakland Gay. Buddy.
Yes, sir.
Buddy. So what you know about Buddy, man? I didn't know anything about him. I kind of read a couple of things. They was talking about him with the Neptunes on a single awesome, and I kind of listened to that. I didn't get a chance to listen to the EP because I was listening to some other things. But what you got on that though?
All right, so for me, I knew nothing about Buddy. The only reason that I picked him up because for the last, I would say this July and August, it's been kind of slim on music. I think everybody, came out at the beginning of the year, and then I think everybody else is gonna come out at the end of the year. But there's been a little small drought of quality music coming out. So I was just like, Buddy came, and I was like, all right, let me check it out.
Let's check out Buddy.
Right. Well, come to find out, the last track on the album is super hard. That was his running single. That's been out for at least a year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is Buddy. Okay. So when I listened to it again, I guess I appreciated it a little more. What's the song? Shine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I'm listening to it the first time, and I'm just like, okay, where is he from? Because he's not like a hard Cali rapper,
right?
Right. And he's not a Vince Staples Cali rapper either. So he's like a mellow. It shocked me because I was just like, wow, this is a Cali rapper rapping like this?
Right.
And then he didn't take the street hip hop flow. He took the Boosie Collins sound. You know what I'm saying? The Snoop Dogg, old 60s sound. And he basically was trying to recreate that. So I'm listening to the album and I'm just like, wow, this is different. Wow. And then he put the Liberation remix, the Outkast Goody Mob track on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, a Cali rapper showing homage to the Southern rappers. Wow. I thought, so out of everything on the whole album, I thought that was very courageous. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was nice of him to do that.
Right.
That was really nice because I haven't heard an actual Cali rapper, throw some real homage. It's probably a E40 to Gucci Mane or something like that, but nothing like he did, and it worked.
Yeah,
it wasn't
came across well.
Yeah. I was like, oh snap, he took the Liberation John. Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, I was listening to it. Impressed, man. He's a real soulful rapper. His content isn't too deep, but it's definitely good enough for you to be like, okay, I like that. I like that, man. I had it in rotation for a little while. Definitely had it in rotation for a couple weeks.
So what stood out though? The ones that you was like, oh, here's my favorite, the one that I'll repeat.
Black is amazing.
With ASAP?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shameless and Speechless. Of course, Speechless is the one that has the what's name on there. Has the I thought the blue was cool. You know, Trouble in Central.
Yep. That's my favorite.
I thought that was nice.
That was my favorite.
I was like, oh man, they got this old school beat, you know what I'm saying? And he just vibing on it, you know?
Right.
And I really liked that. I really liked how he was just able to, you know, keep that smooth vibe, man. You know, I enjoyed that. I think I enjoyed his vibe a lot. And then his content wasn't bad and it had enough substance for you to enjoy the vibe a little more, for me personally. You know, so yeah, I like the rapping parts of Shameless. I like Black. I thought that was pretty much my favorite track. Hey Up There, that was cool. That's the single.
Yeah. That's the single.
You know. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Trouble on Central, that is definitely lyrically that's like up there as one of the top tracks on the album. The Blue with Snoop being a feature, but it being more of an old school track. I thought the twist on it, with it being an old school track and him not really doing the street rap thing, I thought that was creative.
Right.
I thought that was very creative. Young was good. Trippin' was okay with the feature. Find Me 2 was cool. And then Shine, he left off with Shine. I was like, okay. So, you know, he didn't give you a lot. You know, he gave you just enough. Actually, it was shorter than I expected. It had 11 tracks, but it was probably like a 30-minute album. You know, so,
right.
But it was cool because I didn't really know Buddy like that. So if he would have had 15 tracks on here, I'd have been like, all right, buddy, yeah.
Bring it down, bro. Bring it down.
He's not that type of rapper as of yet. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to hear more than 12 tracks from him right now.
Right. Stay conservative and go from there. Okay.
Right. Yep. He's playing his pocket.
Okay. So I rolled into the first one, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. What is he trying to do? And he got a couple of, features on here. And then I slowed down and say, what is his style? And then when I realized, because I think that's what you're saying, it reminds me, and this is where I was going with it. It reminds me of like the Warren G's, the Far Side.
Yeah.
Almost that old school Cali that not necessarily was the street, but you just happened to be on the street.
Right.
And that's what I got from him. But, there were some hard things that he was telling you that he had to go through by being there. And being in Oakland and Compton and things. And I think he sung through a whole lot of stuff that was enjoyable once you slowed down. Because if you go too fast through it, you'll hate this album. And I did that the first time.
And it's a short album too. So like I said, it'll be conflicting because you're like, okay, that was all right.
Yep.
Okay, that was all right. Okay, that was all right. Okay, that was all right.
I'm done.
Okay, that was all right. Because, and I think, to your point, I think the production isn't as what we're accustomed to. We're in the South. We're hearing loud, big beats.
Yep.
And even with the West Coast rappers, they have these loud, big beats.
Yeah.
And his whole album wasn't like that. It was a neo-soul genre feel.
Exactly. And that's where, we rolling with, the hardcore, top dog shit. Like you said, Vince Staples type. So I was looking for something similar, but he came with something different once I slowed down. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, I see what he's doing. And then this is a young guy living through this shit and kind of struggling in an environment that everybody's talking about. And he came across pretty damn well. You know, I love Trippin'. That's one of my favorites too. But Trouble on Central is his. I love how he painted that because you saw it. The way he rapped through that, you saw it. And I liked the Snoop one. I did like the Blue. I just, you know, Snoop keeps showing up on a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, God damn, what the fuck again? But I liked him on here. He jumped in. He didn't do a lot. He didn't try to overwhelm the kids. He did his thing and be like, yep, go. Black is so cool when you just listen through it. When you listen to it and, you know, the repetitive black this, black, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, and I thought that was just cool. All of that was just kind of worked out really, really well.
Yeah, exactly. You hit it on the net. It worked out because I feel like if it was on a different beat, you had a different tempo, it would have been like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, all you saying is, you know, but like he did it really good, man. He made something so simple. He made it complex, and then he made black a whole hook with damn near just saying black.
Yep. But it worked. You know what I mean? Is it like, oh man, this is the hottest? No, it's not the hottest. It was clever, and
it was clever. Exactly. Like
how you did it. Yep.
All right, you're smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this guy's smart. You know, so and that's why, again, like going back to Trouble on Central. You know, it was like, okay, if you didn't finish school, you know, if you were just let's just say the average street Cali guy, that would have came across completely different.
Yeah.
You know, and he gave it to you like a nerd trying to finish school. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm seeing, you know, from my eyes. You know, I don't have a gun. My homies all aren't gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? But I know gangbangers. You know,
I sure do. Yep.
Right. So it's like it didn't give you the Kendrick perspective because he grew up out there, and it felt like he went to school out there, but he didn't grow up out there.
Right.
That's what it felt like Buddy was on. And I appreciated that because it was like, damn, I hear everybody, and they probably not try to glorify it, but it sounds like they're glorifying it. You're making it sound like, bro, I'm just here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
here, and this is what I'm going through right now. You know, and I was like, damn, that's cool. Okay, I feel you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I channeled, you know, Trouble on Central, because it was just like, damn, you set the tone for everything else with that. You know, and then as black as he is, when you see Buddy for the first time, you like, you know, if he didn't have that song,
you'd
be like, this nigga black as hell.
Black as a motherfucker. Yeah, black ass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? This old, little black ass nigga. He, you know, I'm sure his parents is from the islands or something, but
because he deep black,
man. Yeah. So when you see him, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's why he had that black. Now I can appreciate him with his black ass.
With his black ass. Yep. So this is what I'm going to compare it to. If you get an opportunity, there was a movie called Blind Spotting, and it was this dude, David Diggs. He was on Hamilton, but he's from Compton. And the whole movie is about him in Compton. He got 3 days left on his probation, and he's going through Compton trying to make it through those 3 days. And then when I saw that, and then I, you know, listened to this, I was like, yeah, he's not a gangster, but he's living there, and he's trying to adapt to that shit and just trying to survive. And it kind of made me kind of parallel the two in that. And it was really pretty cool. It was pretty cool, and it was entertaining, and it was sad because it showed you the struggles of just being a black man and how it affects you psychologically. But you living in this environment, and you got to deal with it. You have to. There's no way around it.
Yeah,
And basically
and in
that's what he was
Cali,
saying.
it's bad. In
Yeah.
Cali, it's like you said, it's no way around it. If you live in that neighborhood, it's a wrap, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You better you better have some hella charisma. You know what I'm
Or a
saying? You
lot
better
of
be able to swag it
friends.
out, and not be either one.
Yeah.
You better even ball players is part of it. They might not promote it or anything, but that's where they grew up.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the OGs, the big homies probably got them up out of there, but you still part of the family, man. You still your whole family blood, your whole family crip, your whole family still live on that block.
Mm-hmm.
So don't pretend like that's not you. So that's life.
Yep.
That is life.
And you got to respect it. And that's why that was one of the reasons why and I got to the point of enjoying it because remember, like I said, with the internet, I loved it, and then I slowed down and started listening to it, and that's what I did with him. And I was kind of like, oh, he ain't no gangster. He's just living there, and kind of like, this is the shit that I'm walking through. I'm homeless at one point.
Right.
I'm living shameless. Shameless. And I was kind of like, I get you. I get that. And I started enjoying what he was talking about, and then I started enjoying how he did it. Sometimes I rapped about it, sometimes I sung about it. And it just gave it a really, really good feel.
Yeah, that was my thing. I couldn't really decipher if it was a hip hop album or an R&B album. Because he can hold a note.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can sing. He can harmonize. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah. And it works in this era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In this era, that's what's hot. If you can harmonize good enough, you're going to be heard. You definitely going to be heard. And then put some raps together. They'd be like, yep, he's one of the versatile rappers. I really enjoyed it. So, my ranking is 725.
Ooh.
And I want to see what he does next. I really, when the new guys come out, I'm not going to overpraise him. I'm not going to do that unless you like kind of blow me away. I mean, he had a great release. Really good release. I ain't going to say great. He had a really good release. I like to see where he goes next. And I'm 725, bro.
Okay, so it's the 8th month of the year. So for me, I get an opportunity to kind of look at what's been coming out and kind of ranging it. Because at the beginning of the year you can't range a couple of things. That's why I'm kind of glad Nicki came out because it made me go back and listen to the Cardi B. There wasn't too many really good debut albums out this year, and so I definitely give him credit on that. And I'll give him a high. I'll give him a high 7. So I'm gonna give him a 7.8.
Okay.
But it definitely could have slid to a B. But I'll give him a 7.8 because I can agree with that. I want to see what he has next. But this was nice.
Okay.
This was impressive because he has a lane. He found a lane. He kind of gives me a Vince Staple feel, but he kind of raps like Logic for some apparent reason. I kind of feel a Logic lyrically off of him.
Okay. A little more storytelling, kind of personal when he's expressing himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the production was quality and mature. I'm not gonna say, oh, these beats was hard.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. No, they were quality, mature beats. So I gotta give him credit on that. And he's a highly talented artist, man. He's really, really talented. Like I said, I couldn't really decipher when I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, I know they're gonna push this as a rap album, but he got some old nice harmonizing shits on here.
Yeah, he did. But I took points from the arrangement as well.
Okay.
Because he just put some things together. Again, this is a debut album. You know what I mean? So he put some stuff together. I don't think they was patient enough to say, "Hey, let's structure this." And no, I think they put some stuff. He was singing on one point, rapping on a little here, maybe not on this way. The storyline of the whole album wasn't. You can't say here's how he wanted to tell a story. That wasn't there either. But that's fine. That doesn't really take away a lot from the album. He did a good job. That's why I was kind of low 7. If he would have told me a story from the beginning and this is how I started and go from right there and here's some things, he did it somewhat, but I think his style within the songs was kind of up and down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't think he. Whew. Yeah, you're asking for a lot to come out of Buddy for his next album to have that much structure.
True.
I didn't see him to be that type of artist.
I got you.
You know, like yeah. When I say Vince Staples got a lot more structure.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, you can tell that was orchestrated. That was put together. You know, this. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't. I think it was put together. I just don't think it was veterans putting it together. Experienced people.
I agree.
You know, at that table putting it together. I think they tried, and that's why it worked. You know, to your point, that's why it worked. But it wasn't like, oh, this is great, because they, you know, I think his next album is going to be way better.
Yeah.
You know, if they're patient, I think he doesn't need to come out next year. I think he needs to at least wait a year to come out.
So
because if he comes out next year, I think it's going to sound the same and it's going to drown him out.
What did you say? I forget which artists did you kind of mention that they need to be featured. Like he needs to be on somebody else's shit, so you can hear him under a different beat or behind another rapper or behind someone else. You need to see him there. And then what that'll do is that's putting him in another studio, in another environment. And then when he comes back with his, he gonna say, okay, now what do I want to do? But if go ahead.
Like JID.
Yeah. He showed up in some people's shit and just slayed it. You
know
what I mean?
And to your point, you're absolutely right. He's been doing a few features lately. You know, and he's out on that tour. J. Cole got a tour. You know, he got Young Thug out there, and he got Jid and Earth Gang out there with him, and he just picked up Jaden Smith too.
Oh, did he?
Yes. So Jaden Smith's out on concert with him. One of my homeboys, Chris Dawg, actually went to the concert. He said that was probably one of the best experiences that he's had. Wow. He'd never been to a rap concert before. That was his first time going to a rap concert, and he really enjoyed himself.
Wow. Good for him.
So, yeah, dog. So, you know, I think this past Sunday, Jay-Z and Beyonce was here.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was pretty lit. And, you know, they pretty much classify her as probably the best performer of our time, of this current time, I would say.
Yep.
So, but...
yeah, Tony and Eleanor supposed they went, but they's like... I'm buying a house. I ain't got time to be spending that kind of money and shit.
Oh yeah, At the least,
I was like, I feel you.
Nosebleed seats is $300.
No, they had some nice ones. They had some nice ones, but it was kind of like, do I pay them for it? And even if I'm getting at a decent price, they was like, nah, I ain't got time for that. But you never know. They may stop touring for a couple of years. And then your commitments to fucking going out was going to be totally different. So sometimes you miss an opportunity. But anywho.
But yeah, I think if Buddy could go out on tour, meet a few people, get a couple features, you know, I think that'll juice him up.
Yeah.
You know, I think he has a lot of potential. You know, like I said, he's highly talented, but he needs some more experienced people around him.
Yeah, or some perspective. And the reason why I say perspective is sometimes when you in your own circle of people, they saying, "Oh, you the hottest," and you be like, cool, I'm not feeling it, but if you're saying I am, I'm fine. But when you go into another environment and you're a feature and you see how they're laying they shit out, you
Right.
got to rethink you. You know what I mean? And I think he needs to say, I'm good, but can I be better? Based on the way they doing shit, maybe I can go this way, that way. Perspective. That don't mean to take away from yourself, but a different perspective will give you a different presentation. And maybe the way you arrange your shit may be in a different way too.
Right. Well, and then like you said to your point earlier, he was signed with Neptunes. He close with Pharrell.
Yeah.
So I know he's probably been in there with people making songs, but you're right. I think if he can have, I'd say 5 good features. Even if it is like a JID,
Mm-hmm.
but from that on up, like that would help him. That would help his lane. That would help him, become a better artist.
Yeah.
But he's not a bad artist.
No,
This is
not at all.
a pretty good artist, but I see so much more coming out of him.
Mm-hmm.
If he, I guess this was him. This was him in his box.
Yeah.
So, once he comes from tour, if he gets a little more confidence, he'll be able to step outside his box and, try a couple of different things. I think he's capable of doing that.
Right. And I think you're right. I think if he comes out next year, it'll be too quick because it'll be almost formatted the same way. You know what I mean? And you don't know who's producing this shit. So if you don't get a good buzz with this album, you may not get the quality producers. You may get the same kind of producers. But if you start doing features or touring, now you rubbing shoulders with motherfuckers. Be like, yo, man, I like your style. You know what? Come to the studio. I got something I can. I like you to, go on.
Be on, yeah. I got
like
a quick
that.
feature, man, that I want you on. Can you make this hook for me?
Exactly. Don't stay in your own. These are my people, and I'm just with them. Sometimes when you see outside of that shit, it helps you. It helps you to come to them and say, you know what? Y'all been using the same kind of fucking beat, man. Let's use something like this.
Right.
And now they gotta grow. So, yeah. But good artist though. I like Buddy. I do. I'm looking forward of what he's gonna be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look forward to that. So cool. So, with that said, what you got coming up, bro?
Man, I ain't got nothing too much, man. I've actually been scarce on new music, so I've been dipping into SoundCloud rappers, and I tripped up on this one guy. His name is Draco McCoy.
Draco McCoy.
Yeah, Draco McCoy got a new mixtape out called Mud Blood.
Okay.
And I was literally, man, scrolling through, man. I'm listening to one album. Okay, this is whack. Club, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the next album. Okay, I rolled this one all the way through. All right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all right, and then click the next one. Okay, this one's whack. Click the next one. Okay, this one's whack. Fell on this one. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to cut you off, dog. Don't get it twisted. And I rolled through it, and I was like, damn, this is nice.
Damn, you got
then I rolled through it again, and I was just like, I like this kid.
All right.
So I again, dog, I'm looking for new music, man. I like what's out. I like what this year has been brought to the table, but last year was way better.
Way better.
So
would you say this year's different, or just it doesn't stand up to last year?
Man, the frequency is totally different, man. The frequency is not high enough. It's not as high as it was last year. Like, the frequency was so high last year. It was a totally different energy out there when it came to music. Motherfuckers was like, I don't know. Now, this year, it's like, I ain't gonna say everybody dragging their feet, because it's a different feel. It's a different... but the frequency is just a little bit lower. I love the Everything Is Love album, But that, for some reason, that's damn near getting swept under the rug.
It is. It is. And
They sweeping it under the rug like it was just an average. Man, that's definitely top 3 albums of the year.
yeah.
Easy.
And what's his name? Drake is just being played because Drake shows up so many goddamn places.
Man, and it sucks. You know what, man? See, now I'm going back to the Drake bashing again. But I like his albums.
Yeah.
But it sucks because it's not the best album of the year.
No, but they making it that way.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So,
they're making it feel that way.
The best album of the year, and I'm sorry, I'm still seeing and hearing everything. J. Cole's album is so potent.
Yeah, man.
So potent. I just wish people would understand what he is and what he brings.
And
he's just not a rapper.
Sharp. It's like it's sharp. It's like he put it in an envelope and gave it to you, dog. It's so structured. It's so I don't know, man. It's like when I listen to it, it's like I'm not gonna call it flawless, but lyrically, it's like, wow, man, you really put 100% into this, man, and you gave it to me. You wasn't flossing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wasn't flossing, dude. You really had a message behind everything you were saying.
Right.
Like when I look at the ATM video, it reminds me of an old Busta Rhymes video, which puts me in a mindset.
When they flying all over the place and shit.
Yeah, which just kind of puts me in the mindset of how music used to be. Which is like, damn, that shit is hard too, because I feel like whoever was born from like 85 to like 75, man, that's like the best time to be born because you've seen everything in rap transition to where it's at now. You can actually be like, if you're a little bit older, you can be like, man, I don't listen to that I don't listen to that young boy shit.
Right.
Young Jeezy, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, but we know the old rappers, and we're damn near about to split with the young rappers, but we still are able to catch the young rappers too. So it's like this era of music that hip hop was just born, that we're still like watching it transform, man. So that's amazing, dog. I just think this rap shit is really going somewhere, man. I know I wouldn't have believed that anybody would have thought it would have went this way, man. It's going different ways, man. White people rapping now. Now all white kids are rapping. White people rap and black people rap. It's like
a lot more women.
Women is rapping now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's back normalized. They're trying to normalize it again. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of them is awful and Rhapsody needs to come out, she needs to quit playing. like if you're going to be in this game, man, you better come in and work. I know you damn near dropped a classic last year, but I need you to compete with these women that just came out here. Just to be like, knock, 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 just in case y'all thought I wasn't
really
on
know.
This shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping a hard-ass mixtape to go hard on these goals. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't even gonna front. Remy pregnant. Remy Martin pregnant. So Remy Ma ain't finna... If she don't drop nothing, I'm not mad at her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She's kind of like, look, I got to take care of mine.
Right.
Right.
But you're absolutely right, man. These women are in full effect right now.
They holding their own, and that's a good thing, because back in the day, we had a whole bunch that was out. MC Lyte, Latifah, Shantae, Roxanne, all of that. We had a lot, and then it faded back, and then the Little Kims, and then Foxy Browns, and Baltimore, what's the name?
Charlie
Baltimore. So a lot of them came out, but it was only just small bits of them. But now you seeing across the board, there's so many different women that's coming out with different ways and different styles and saying, back up, because my shit is the shit. And you got them battling like, no, you ain't, bitch, you ain't shit like I am. And you kind of like, wow, this is some shit. But this is what rap is. This is what rap is. So if you don't see that, then, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, you know, that's kind of cool with the SoundCloud shit, because I usually go to SoundCloud and I listen to a lot of just instrumental shit, because I've been looking at a lot of Korean guys, a couple of European dudes. It was a German guy that had some fucking hard shit, bro. And I was like, damn, bro. But I haven't been back on lately. But I like to go in there and listen to the beats and production and everything. I really don't listen to the rappers, so that's interesting, though. I like how you brought that one across.
Oh yeah, SoundCloud rappers are the new wave of, like, if you talk to a 22-year-old, 25-year-old, that's where they at listening to music, putting their music on there. You know, so but it's hard, man, because like I said, man, you gotta scroll through, man. You gotta be able to deal with a lot of trash to find some decent music.
Yeah, but you got patience, dude.
Ooh, boy, do I.
I don't have the patience for that shit.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of hard, bro. Unless you sit down and say, nah, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But
yeah, like, okay, I'm about to listen to the music right now for the next hour, so let me take the time to find something. Okay, this is trash. All right, nope. All right, this is all right. All right, let me listen to this. All right, this is, yeah, you definitely have to be like, okay, I want to listen to some different music right now.
Yeah, so appreciate it, man. Good too. Internet and Buddy. So really good play off the two, kind of neo soul. You got this kid Buddy's coming in. We hope to see him soon. The internet ain't going nowhere. I think they've done what they needed to do. So, but really cool. Anyway, bougieblackbrother.com. Check us out. Carwax. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter under Bougie Black Bro and Bougie Brother Sean. You can check us out, and we'll put a couple of snippets. Follow Sean with his music updates, because those are pretty fly. Let you know what's coming out or what he's listening to. So hook that up on the gram. But other than that, you ain't got anything else, Brian?
Well, yeah, I definitely want y'all to check out the Mac Miller Swimming. When you get an opportunity, I'm probably sure y'all already heard it. And the Bass, you know who Bass is. Bass is one of the Dreamville artists.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got a new album called Milky Way.
Okay.
So when you get an opportunity, check that out. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. That's what's up. I like to, you know, they bring out some good stuff. You can't sleep on them. They don't do a good promotion with them, though, man. With the Dreamville, they don't do good promotion for them. They don't push them as much as you see these other folks. But yeah, I'll go check that out. That's what's up. Well, check us out every Sunday. Car Wax, every podcast download that's out there. Thanks for the Spotify followers. I see you out there. Really appreciate that. Just keep up. We can stay consistent with you, and we'll see you next time on Car Wax. Peace. Also, thanks to Tall Black Guy with Funeral Biz. Welcome to Detroit. Beautiful, beautiful music from 2013. Found this searching through some things, but nice conclusion. Peace.